You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's close enough, so let's call the meeting to order. And we'll have the clerk call the roll, please.
Mayor Ron Smith,
Here.
Vice Mayor Alice Bissett,
Here.
Molly Angevine, here, Dan Gritsko, Bill Heisman.
Here.
Walter Townsend.
Here.
Roger Whitley.
Here.
Thank you.
So we have a joint meeting by the planning commission. Would you call their roll?
Yes,
also?
sir. Nancy Gill, here, Molly Angevine, here, Maggie Unsworth.
Here.
Josh Patton. Hudson. And Dr. Casey Carter. Here. Yes, ma'am, thank you.
She's vice mayor, vice
Chair.
chair also.
Oh, chair.
If you were doing the whole.
All right.
Then let me ask you to stand and we'll have a pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to God and the United States of America. To the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Town administrator, you want to adjust this modification we talked about that meeting?
Yes, so, under section 5, under agenda modification, we want to bring forward section B, which is on the next page that, is discussing charter and committee appointments. And, we have received clarification from attorney Jim Bowling about, members of town council that can also sit on other committees and whether they have the right to vote or not. There's a motion for it on
Okay, so with that agenda modification, I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented and modified. So.
Whoa. I have one quick question. We have another closed session that talks about a town councilor who's being brought up for problems with performance and things of that nature. I'm not sure we want to set that precedent. Can we take that off?
I'm kind of confused by what you're talking about.
I'm talking about a closed set.
Closed session is to interview our candidate now. There was something else on there.
There's a maybe, but there's also a discussion and consideration of the performance and conduct of a specific public officer, namely a member of town council. Did you ask that to be on the agenda?
I didn't specifically ask for it, no, but if it came up with, and the town administrator, thought it was certainly put it on there, that's what we can do.
Yeah, and no offense to you, but she's not allowed to bring those kinds of things to the agenda. They have to be, I mean, we'll obviously vote on them right before the closed session, but I think that we need to know what's going on. I'm not really sure if this is almost exactly like the situation when she wanted to bring me to a closed session. I just don't think it's a good precedent to set for this to be, I mean, we're having a lot of closed sessions, and I know that the public really wants transparency, and I don't think that that fosters that kind of thing.
Now, when it goes into closed session, when you discuss employee personnel, whether it be anyone on the town council, anyone within the town, that is not open to public consumption. So that is not part of transparency with the government. You discuss employee issues in closed session.
I understand that it's an exemption. I am just saying that we, as the governing body, have to approve that before we go into a closed session. Not knowing anything about it, I'd really like to not have to do that.
It's
Two
been on the
council
agenda
members
since last
two
week.
council members can request. a
Did you
closed
request
session.
it? You
Did
did.
you request it?
Here's the only problem, here's the only problem.
The whole town council does not have to, agree and vote every time. All you need two council.
Here's the only problem, here's the problem.
Oh, today.
Here's the problem. The problem is that when you have a closed session, and that's to be specific to one item. You can't put two different subjects under a closed session.
I think
Closed
if you read them separately, they can.
If you have two closed sessions.
Right.
But why are we having a closed session for that kind of thing? Because, well, you know, that- well, I think the mayor had made it clear that he thought we were having a fight. And I thought that that was a little.
Was that?
Oh, while we're saying you got some closed session. closed session.
don't know, make a closed session.
No, not
Entirely.
closed session.
You mean approve the agenda first and then you go? Well, there's a motion for approving the agenda, that one seconded, so you can vote no on that if you
Well,
like.
I'm using the discussion time to say that I agree. And you were the one who said we needed to work it out ourselves, so maybe they need to work it out themselves. Are we gonna
Mr. Mayor,
choose what to do?
Call for the vote.
so we have a motion on the floor to approve the agenda as amended. And it was,
And not this amendment.
What amendment are you calling?
I'm asking to remove why is it that the administrator is calling to talk about town council members and their behavior or performance or
That's
whatever?
a grievance.
It's a grievance.
How should she handle that?
She should have.
But you should have a conversation with the person, just like the mayor suggested to us. Well, Connie, we have this in front of town council before. And I asked for it to be removed and the mayor agreed with me. So
I understand, I go to closed session now.
I guess we're going to close session for that.
so would we like to have an additional closed session? Or
No,
eliminate the second portion of the closed session? Are there any motions to do that?
Let's put the motions on the floor.
Why don't I research that really quickly?
Yeah.
Because I'm-
Okay, so discarding the special closed session part, we're gonna research that right now.
I will amend and say separate those two
Yes.
pending the research. Make it
Okay.
buddy, heavy.
So that was first, do I hear a second?
Call the roll.
Yes, sir. Alex Bissett,
Yes.
Molly Angelon,
Yes.
Dan Grisco is one here, Bill Heisen,
no,
okay, Walter Townsend,
Yeah.
Roger Whitley.
Yeah.
So,
Consent agenda, which is the next item. There's only one item on that, and that is the approval of the minutes from February 23rd. So is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Then look at the-
I'll second that.
Any discussion on that?
thank you,
Call on that vote.
yes, sir. Alex Bissett,
yes.
Molly Angelon,
Yes.
Bill Heisen, Walter Townsend,
Yeah,
Roger Whitley.
Yes.
Okay. And we're moving on to the public forum.
since we have joint public hearing, if you have something to say that's related to the special use permit, save it for then. If you have any other topic you want to talk about, few minutes, this is the time to do that. Fuller.
Yeah,
Forward.
Evening plan commission. Well, I'll just see you all through this evening. Nice to see you here tonight. Big night. Well, now, my back, I live at 510 East Main Street. I'm here tonight, just with some comments about the proposed Valley Link transmission line that's currently being planned to run from Lynchburg up to from Joplin Falls, or to the power station for connecting. I'm not here to speak in opposition to the transmission line per se, but their routes all impact the scenic river designation that I and a number of others on this body worked with other China municipalities to get placed on the James River to protect it from just such river crossings. One of their variant routes would actually cut right up through the horseshoe bend. It would cut across it just east of town. It might not be visible from town, but only just. And the other two routes cross the James River going to Fluvanna County farther down. I think the farthest east is Primo Bluff. So I bring this to your attention tonight because I think it's important to honor the river and the work of this body and others in protecting the recreational value, the natural value of this river that we all agree needs to be protected, and the state of Virginia says needs to be protected. If you look at their map, they're part of this east route, the Route 2, which crosses very close to the edge of the scenic river designated area, would only probably need to move 2 miles farther east to avoid the scenic river designated area entirely before it continues on its path. I would encourage you all, not only to reach out to Valley Link as a body, but to also network with Fluvanna County specifically, and Buckingham County related to this issue. If you're looking for an ally, Fluvanna Board of Supervisors, I'd contact Evan Goad, G-O-A-D. He's currently working on a resolution with their county attorney to pass a resolution to take in a lot of these concerns. And so I think a regional approach, especially those of us who work so hard to get this scenic river designation in place, is important. Thank you for your time.
I have a question for Mr. Butler.
Yes.
Is this gonna be an aerial crossing or underground crossing on the river?
Area.
Area.
So they, I think, I have to get what the easement is. It's 200 feet, 200 feet wide.
Right.
Yeah. That's one that's good. So these are tall. I think it's good. Can't remember.
I think it's 160.
Height.
I,
Yeah, these are the really tall big transmission lines. Thank you.
Keep us informed as to what's going on.
For sure. Yeah, and the Valley Link website has also information you can look up. It tells you all about the routes, and there are open houses happening all around the area related to these things. So
is this a natural progression from the Tenasset plant being approved?
it is not a natural progression for the Tenasseet plant being approved as far as I know. These are separate projects. This one is a state level project.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who approves that?
This is a state level project, which would also, I think, therefore be important to reach out to scenic river people too. They don't have a lot of legal teeth in these matters, but I think as much political will as you can marshal would be important.
Because they don't have to.
Yeah.
State Corporation Commission, STC, state level, is who gives final approval on the transmission.
Okay.
I recuse myself beyond that. Working for doing.
I don't think we'll have anything to do with it, do you? But we can certainly, I don't think we're gonna come together on one thing to put out there. But we can certainly contact the powers that be. Thank you for these suggestions.
You're welcome. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Butler.
Thank you. Any other public wish to speak? We'll move down to item 8. We'll ask town administrators to open us up with a brief staff summary.
All right. Brief staff summary.
On the Conflict of Interest Act, what am I talking about?
Especially Schmidt, so, special use permit.
So this, project has been, already seen or heard between, for ARB and for the planning commission. We did make a mistake with the, advertising, we did not advertise twice. We did advertise one time, so this is part of making that, requirement, that legal requirement to have two advertisements of the meeting, and that's what we are doing this evening with the planning commission as well. I believe the recommendation was that the planning commission, approved the two apartments, of the upstairs and one apartment downstairs, with the front of the, downstairs, retaining, a retail or commercial, structure. So with that,
So, I get to open two public hearings. Yeah, we asked the public, we have public hearing, as soon as you just Smith gives a chance to get his presentation.
Yep.
So if you have questions, start thinking about
She hit the high point. Two more, little history. 5 years ago, I've been, for you guys, different group, but I had a grocery permit for the upstairs only. When we were trying to do 3 units upstairs, it's not working. After we got, what was not, it does that. So, work plans and are coming back with, still 3 total units, 2 bedroom units upstairs, as well as 1 downstairs off of that. With that, the front saying commercial. The front commercial unit would stay roughly half the size of the downstairs, square footage, so the building probably now continue that on cost. That's what continues. There is a couple parking back, so on the street, so I don't think that's too much concern. But if you have any specific questions,
I have a question. You said there's gonna be one downstairs or 2 downstairs?
1 downstairs.
Because on the application, it says,
That was the original application that we discussed in planning commission and was changed, or we came to an agreement that.
okay, so this is not correct.
Yeah, that was the original submission.
1 downstairs.
That it's will alter.
I think we all have on these, the original, yeah.
But it's not, it says 2.
That's the original one. But it's 2 up and 2 down, I think planning commission is going to recommend.
Right.
Yes.
Any questions? Good. Your mom.
I have a quick question. Just, I was looking at this application form and it has some blueprints on it. and
So
things
those
like
are,
that.
yes,
So this doesn't have does this have the ground floor plan?
no, so
Okay,
again, it's roughly, you look at the floor plans, kind of where that tells or class that.
Right.
It makes. But it would be 2 bedrooms off of the Main Creek side, with the living room and the facing.
right. I just wanted to make sure of the size of the commercial area.
Oh, roughly, so each unit is roughly 1,200. So the
Okay.
building is 48.
So it would just be the fourth would be his.
The front.
Okay.
Yeah, so we identical in size to the residential unit car.
Okay,
11 is all.
okay. Thank you so much.
Any other questions for either planning commission or the?
Well, I would actually like to apologize for us taking so long to do this because I previously did this back.
Yes, we got there.
We're here now, but didn't need to add to express. Thank
It's up to you, but
I don't know.
it's not a town code about. On the ground floor, there's supposed to be It can't be apartments. I don't know, is that word,
Isn't that what it was a special?
Well, this is a special use permit, so
So
we're
that's
giving
gonna get around.
permission.
So get around.
Yeah, we want to have the storefront to be active and attractive and to bridge the gap to East Main, you know, slowly but surely. But yeah, I think it's a great idea and a great you know, compromise that we could come up with, and I think it works for everyone. Does anyone have any questions for that? I mean, if that's what planning commission was, if I understand correctly. Yes, you know.
Yes, that is the discussion that we had with on several occasions.
Yeah.
And it met all of our expectations, and I think the compromise was.
And the parking will be in that parking lot back there?
Yes,
That's what.
that's current plan, I mean. Well, I'm happy to add the lease if it seems easier. Did the special use permit last time was permitted. With the caveat that resident parking was on the street, on the street. So happy to put that in, if that makes it easier for on the street partners.
Actually, several years ago in town, and town administrator Elizabeth has it in her lease for the apartment next door. They park in the public parking lots, not on the street. Your tenants,
That works for me, if that.
less part of town, do the park in public parking lot. There was a complaint from merchants about the people in the apartments leaving the cars there all day, and there weren't places for the shoppers to park, and so the council decided to ask the landlords to direct their tenants to park in the town parking lots, which we do.
More than willing to.
Any other questions, Mr. Schmidt? All right, thank you, sir. Now I'll open the joint planning commission town council public hearing. Anybody in the audience has anything they wish to say regarding this matter, out of time? And hearing nothing from the audience, we will close the public hearing. Now, this is when the planning commission deliberates and tells us what they think.
So see if we
So we've been working on this for a long time, and I think that you've heard what we came up with the compromise was to have the two apartments upstairs, one apartment in the back, and confront the slash retail. I think that's really,
I think we're in agreement. Motion.
so I would call for motion. I make the motion to recommend the town council the special use permit at 137 East Main Street, Scottsville, Virginia, for 2 apartments on the 2nd floor and 1 apartment on the 1st floor, with commercial retail space in the front of the building and add off-site parking. Do I have a second?
Clerk, call, we'll vote on that one.
Yes, sir. Chair Nancy Gill,
Yes.
Vice Chair Dr. Casey Kerrigan,
Yes.
Commissioner Roy Anton,
Yes.
Commissioner Maggie Owensworth.
Yes.
Thank you.
So now I can tell town council that we recommend. This, vote.
All right, so now it's town council's turn to debate all among themselves.
We already voted.
Yeah.
Again, please.
New stuff could have come up.
No,
But I don't think
I had some concerns about, floodplain. Is that a concern at all? If this, the apartments is in the.
I'm sure that it is a because insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Flood insurance.
he's got
Yeah,
a
well,
little insurance.
It is in floodplain?
Yeah, it's flood insurance is required for that, well,
So you got, they
for a work, yeah.
Right, is there a motion?
I need to approve.
Okay.
discussion on the motion to approve? If not, I'll ask the clerk to call for a vote.
Yes, sir. Alex Lissette,
Yes.
Molly Angevine,
Yes.
Bill Tyson,
I'll abstain.
okay. Walter Townsend.
Yep.
Roger Whitley.
Yes.
Do you have to explain when you?
So, yes.
No.
Thank you for asking.
Oh,
Okay, we actually, so yes, we do need to ask, and he can choose to say that there is no comment, but it needs to be stated for the record that there is no conflict of interest.
No problem.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You're welcome.
Well, good luck, Mr. Schmidt, with this project.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Is there any other business for you, the planning commission or the town council related to this item? Sure, the planning commission, they can move away, and thank you for all you did.
Thank you very much.
We're back to our regular folder.
I'm glad to be with you.
I'll turn it back over to you. Administrator.
So the next up on the agenda is the LTIP, the funds that we've been talking about for several weeks or months. Sign up for this. I'm sure that you all had a chance to look over this again and get some ideas on what you all want to do about the.
Well, I can designate two separate names, time purposes for the account during our work session. I was happy with that, seemed like everybody was relatively happy with that. As far as the use, that can be outlined for how it's acceptable. The only thing I would like to add is Walter's idea of adding an emergency. Emergency showers, but they have a 3-person mayor, vice mayor, and town administrator to be able to approve emergency funding for things.
Well, I updated that.
Okay.
So that's in there. Okay.
I
I'm happy.
updated that.
I'm
And
happy if that's it.
I think, you know, there's common sense says that when you have an issue, you have two sources of funding for that issue. The town administrator looks at both of them, sees which is the best one to use for the situation. Brings it before the council approves. Relatively simple.
so did you all want to specify, I'm on page 3 of the document. I had, had a target balance of at least a percentage of the general fund. And also that was for the general savings. And then under the Caldwell account, we want a target balance on that. Or there's like 4 different questions there. 2 for each one. Do you want, what you want for one, what you want for the other? That's on page 3.
I think this is gonna be realized much better when we get financial reports and can kind of see how it's moving along. I think this is a great start to that. Are you guys ready for a motion or are you?
Well, that's just one thing.
Oh,
Sorry.
We need to keep in mind, in fact, the town has got money from that account and done its best to replenish whatever's taken from the account.
Yeah.
There is nothing stated in writing that has to be put back in.
I think
And the town, if we can put it back in, we can do that. But, just keep that in mind. I mean, it's not a bad idea to, put back what you take out, but keep in mind, it does not have to be put back in. Not with
What
the
is
stone.
come up with a policy that, that's basically what I'm asking. On page 4, I have a question there, this town council wants this, a maximum amount of, for emergency authority, is there a maximum amount that you want to approve? For example, and then number 8, it talks about replenishment. Again, I'm asking, well, what do you want? Do you want specify that. The plan, whatever plan you take the money from, is it gonna be, replenished in a particular amount of time?
I think you should probably wrap all that up and saying. Council has to put. If you vote on withdrawing money from either of those, they have to put stipulations on whether it should be returned.
In that same vote.
Yeah.
And same-
So there should be mention as part of the policy, where it should be
But
relative to
also-
each incident, okay.
I would think if,
I agree.
if the town can financial state where we can put money back in the fund, but we get the point is it's just gonna, disrupt things that we
Exactly.
consider solid.
That's for the council at that time. and for the
Yeah.
situation, but
We could also say that the town council will meet after any emergency use of funds to discuss.
already.
Yeah, actually, it's in there too.
Yeah, I thought it was.
So, with that, I'll use the segue into, directing me what account you want the money to come from for the, LPR cameras and the drones that the police department. And let me, just say that that is, of the LPR cameras and the drones are something that you all approved, some time ago. I know at least it was before July, because that's when I started. So it had already been approved at that time. So I just need to know what funds you want me to take it from. And Chief, am I missing anything? There's a grant. There are grant funds coming
Yeah.
Yeah,
for.
This covered.
yeah, oh, we still need to pay for it and then we get refunded.
Yeah.
I think in the past, it's been through the call fund,
Yeah.
it's pretty guaranteed what money is coming back.
I think it's a
And
great,
it's not an operating expense, it's a one-time thing.
yeah.
Right. So it's applicable.
If I can make this a little bit more complicated,
Yeah.
let's just vote on this policy first,
Yeah.
and then we can discuss the funds. I think we all
Yeah, I think-
agree, but let's get this.
Yeah.
Let's get it, LGIP stuff done.
LGIP policy.
The LGIP,
So I have a motion.
that includes both funds?
See, both funds are in the LGIP, so it makes it a little confusing.
Savings.
And that's why, yeah, the whole policy is called that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the call fund and the savings account?
Yes, general savings.
General savings, got it. That's
Pretty
pretty,
plain, yeah.
well, and they're separate from each other, it's not and the other account, right? It's what's working.
Very good one.
Yeah,
All right.
right.
I move we approve this LGIP policy as amended.
I second that.
What did we amend on it?
Instead of having our questions laid out like that, we're just saying there has to be council, stipulation.
To take out the part that says national now.
Yeah.
All right, just want to make sure I'm tracking with you too. All right.
Rules first and then. Mom.
I'll second that.
Oh, Raleigh already did.
I'll,
Sorry.
that's all.
But Roger's gonna read it.
Fine.
Any other discussion?
Well, I'm not sure if it's in there, but you know, the Hopewell Fund has been researched a lot by the Government Service Committee. And I think some of that's in here. It's hard to figure out exactly what's in here, but anyway, we went back and I've sent this, I think, to everybody, but it's been used only 6 times in the last 12 years. And it has been confusing to find out how much has been replenished. And generally, it has been, but not fully. So, you know, I think it should be a separate conditions for that than say the LGIP. And one of the some of the guidelines were it's not to be used for day-to-day operating expenses. Has to be approved and have a repayment plan. And then it's just used it's mainly used for grants and used for streetscape and things like that. And I think that's like a police fund, that's ideal for that. So I think,
I think that we are trying to take care of those concerns you have.
Yeah.
With the amendment of council has to map out per every time we withdraw money, so under this.
from either account
Yes, sir.
Yes,
with the repayment plan.
Yes.
well, it'll be up to the council at that time.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, so.
So,
Well, the thing is, I do think that the Caldwell Fund should be required, because that's kind of a donation.
so that's what I brought up during the work session, we could have an MOU that says, this is our expectation that this is replenished. So the council knows where we stand, but we don't want to put ourselves in the situation where we aren't able to utilize that money how the council wants. So the council's official stance will be, if we vote, will be, it should be replenished.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
on the action side
I
of
think
that,
that's the key.
on the action side, that frees up council's hands to use the money as needed.
It's basically doing things the way we've been doing them.
Now we've talked it to death and it's ready to go.
Yeah, it's been studied. So basically, the Caldwell Fund should be fairly stable fund. I'm not sure if Caldwell, but it should be, taken out, put back in over the course of,
That will be the operating
yeah, that
understanding.
Okay,
All right, any other discussion?
I would like, once it's voted and decided on, we move forward. It's all about that GIP fund, it's gonna be the long issue, will we be able to move forward? with it? That's all.
Oh, yeah, well, I think so.
I just want to make.
I mean, I think that for grants and things like that, I think that should be,
It's been a topic.
I think that should be-
The last
right.
week, so I
Right.
want to make sure that once we get there, we vote on it, we'll move on.
as long as we
Go forward.
yeah, there's-
We have a lot of oversight in this
Right.
plan.
right,
So I
just-
think it's
Right.
really good for us to be able to
Right.
put it in writing.
Yeah, well, one of the things we discovered when looking at the fund, we couldn't find out exactly how much was given, when was given, it was given twice, and sometimes and it got mixed with streetscape plan, it was really all mismatched. But, so, I think as long as we have replenishment, I think that's the main thing for the Caldwell Fund, because you gotta figure that that's a donation, it's like Bruce Park or whatever, they're giving it for purposes, but they don't give it just for like paying table and stuff like that.
Yeah. No. Okay, I'm not gonna go there.
alright,
All right, any other discussion? Call the vote.
I think Roger's gonna read
I
that.
had to read this. Okay.
Motion.
No,
Oh, no,
we just vote on.
oh, we're just voting on the policy. Okay.
We're not going into any kind of closed session.
No, that's
It's the actual version, the motion of passing the LGIP policy.
I'll just read this.
It's not really-
I read fast. I move the town council adopt the reserve funds policy, Caldwell Fund LGIP account as presented. As amended,
Yes, sir.
governing the use and management of the town's LGIP account, including the Caldwell Fund LGIP account and the general savings LGIP account. Again, that's as amended, as discussed.
I second it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right, so.
any other discussion? I like to argue motion on.
Yes.
Have we answered everything you needed to modify this document?
Thank you for asking. Yes, so I'm just gonna take out anywhere where, relates to percentages, and the days and the amount.
Okay.
And we'll update it to just say as amended, that information has to be, discussed at each incident, withdrawal.
That was great. Thanks for putting that together.
May I call roll?
Which one we're voting for you.
Yeah.
True. Took one then. Okay. We're good.
All right.
All that reading.
We're voting on, please.
Yep. Yes, sir. Alex Bissett,
Yes.
Molly Klein,
Yes.
Bill Heisen.
Yes.
Walter Townsend.
Yeah.
Roger Whitman.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Should we do an official vote on the MOU for that?
What do you mean for the police fund over here?
For the Caldwell Fund? Oh, that would make everybody happy, or we can just.
Yeah, I would prefer that, I think to have that, those stipulations in there that we quite.
All right, I move the town's policy towards that is to replenish the Caldwell Fund use.
Good faith effort.
You know, good faith that
Yeah.
When financially possible.
Yeah,
one,
I think that, we're pretty lean. But we're lean. We can get in there and come to a conclusion together.
Okay.
Okay, there's a second on
Yeah. Didn't you second? Or,
Okay.
Any other discussion?
So we need a motion vote on which funds to use.
I'm gonna do that next.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we'll do that
That's
after.
the third thing. Yep.
So wait, let me call that to see in there.
Alex Lissette,
Yes.
Molly Stein,
Yes.
Bill Hudson.
Yes.
Walter Townsend,
Good.
Roger Whitley.
Yes. I move that we use the Caldwell fund to approve the cameras,
And the drone.
Please,
please, man.
Okay.
That's. Yeah. Mr. Green.
Okay.
And these are already approved purchases.
Yes.
We're just designating them off,
Yes.
just so everyone's on the same page now. Yeah.
You call roll.
Next. I'm gonna vote on that.
Second.
We got a call roll. Oh, no, first.
Yes, there was the motion.
Okay. Alex made the first motion, Whitley seconded.
Sure, you said,
So he's a-
yeah,
All right. Down. You want me to call
no, sure, second.
roll? Okay. Molly Inglemeyer. Yes. Alex Lissette,
Yes.
Bill Hudson, Walter Townsend, Roger Whitley.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're on a roll tonight.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Now, item C.
What we see.
The Conflict of Interest Act and FOIA.
Item B,
Oh, B, we skipped B, sorry.
so staff wants to bring us in on what that's all about.
Well, it's my understanding that with this being in the annual meeting that charters are discussed or any type of new committees.
Now, tell us all which committees we have to have.
We don't have to have any committee.
Or-
Well, we have the planning commission.
And they are.
And the other.
And there are,
That's
That's it. That's all.
That's all we need.
ARB is super fun, you guys should try it out.
As you might think.
I. Since I live in a historic district and, you've been the man for a while, and no one else wants it. I'll just- But but as long as I get some, pick your brain and get good guidance, for everyone, I'm willing to jump on that grenade.
Thank you.
Like it's a grenade.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be great.
No, it's.
I think it'll be a good fit.
I would like to, suggest for a new committee for council, it would be, the facilities and committee, basically what the committee would do is oversee the maintenance of town building, Canal Basin Square Park, and all of the, grass cuttings that's what that committee would focus on, just that right there. And, so it would be nothing other than the Canal Basin, Joy, Booth Park, and whatever grass cutting facilities right there. And,
And, bad thing too.
Hmm?
Bad thing next year, too.
yeah, I mean, that would fall,
I think it should
But
be.
that was, that's all that committee would be focused on that.
Town property, I think. It should be.
Is this kind of like a new Parks and Rec?
No, this is
No,
facilities.
separate.
This facilities maintenance.
This is
Maintaining.
like, overseeing, really take care of this building, and I'll make my square.
It's more like beautification,
Yeah, that's what it's like, yeah.
beautification,
Yeah.
committee, took care of,
Well, there's,
taking everything with my.
right, and the brokers.
Well, yeah, I just put the study, make that way.
It's just plumbing, electrical, HVAC, those kind of things, you know, this, yeah, they'd have to be contracted out for the most part. But yeah,
Well, the committee would decide.
Anybody got an objection to that?
One of that committee too, and seeing bids and stuff coming in on projects for the town, stuff, and you have your contract out, we'll have a group of people able to help out.
yeah.
And I guess that committee could
You should be
also.
on that too.
We're gonna do
We'd be flying, these two
it. I
guys.
need, hold on,
Yeah,
when are you guys?
and you wouldn't have to meet but once or couple times a year.
All right, well, committee two, Walter.
No, you need three.
I got one right now, I'm working with him, doing good.
That'd be great, that'd be great. There's a lot of issues, and I guess I give you a list.
Because I feel like we have some committees that are overseeing everything.
Right,
And, you know.
I think that'd be great.
And as it was said earlier, that, on the committee, we really need his plan commission. We don't have to have it.
Yeah, it's not, yeah.
But, that was just something I thought we could, would be a useful committee.
I know it would be useful for Elizabeth when she's working with Jane and all of that, so great. I have a comment. I did the cleanup this weekend on Saturday. I know some of you all were there working hard on it, and they had me go up and down Valley Street. I mean, this is ridiculous, like there's no trash anywhere. And I got 9 cigarette butts. That was it, meaning that the town is clean and fun and looks great. So I just wanted to get that feedback.
And are you happy with planning commission?
Yes, I love planning commission.
Does anybody
Yeah, I
like to
can.
run for planning commission, or can we just,
Oh,
good go?
Quality is good on planning commission, and as we noted that, we had a vote in tonight's proceedings, the planning commission, and vote in tonight's proceedings for council, and that's, the way the state statute reads. She's appointed, and whoever's appointed to the ARB can vote on both bodies. Appointed to the planning commission can vote
yeah.
anytime.
I don't guess ARB really kind of crosses over. Is that new policy a change in there?
No, this is just the state.
Okay.
Since you're a liaison, you don't necessarily, you're not able to vote. You're appointed.
You have to be a
You're appointed, you're appointed. You're legal.
I've been appointed and a meeting. All is well.
All right, what's next?
Boy, we went this.
Hold on. So can I ask a clarification then, if we're doing a facilities maintenance beautification committee, does that mean that the GSC is
They
no
wouldn't,
longer a committee?
no, they wouldn't be doing that aspect, of it. They do many other things, but that's one aspect. They also do public safety, they do policies and procedures, they do financial oversight, they do a lot
See,
of.
that's, we don't do oversight. The
Well,
GSC
financial.
The most goes to, is taking care of public safety, the roadway and the flood, all that falls
Right,
into
I
that.
understand that.
So the government services would have nothing to do with
With any of that.
emergency services,
Right,
whatever that's. I mean, if you can tell me what it is that government services actually do.
well, it's, I don't have it.
We have to have,
Well,
please let me know.
well, one thing, we just worked with the chief on, coming up with policy about street, snow removal.
And that's also being discussed among the emergency services.
Right.
Which is working with fire.
And that's another committee that needs to be, I don't know, who's the liaison for that? Is the liaison for that? Okay, so that they could do, that's eventually going to go to you guys, right?
So we're already dealing with that. That's why I'm asking you what it is that government services, why the government services is trying to deal with that one. Emergency services. Okay.
Well, they, over the years, they've done a lot of things, like, the DMD, they saw that some of the services are not working, they brought that to light, they were losing $100,000 a year with that. They also do things with specific policies, procedures, for town council. They did that handbook years ago. I wasn't part of that, about the personnel. They did that years ago. If you see it, it's even enlisted in there, their responsibilities in that. So there's a lot of things in there, but I don't think I'd eliminate it, but maybe redefine it. That'd be great. It'd be good to get somebody else on there to tell you the truth.
You know, the thing with there about human services, that they need to remember they're an advisory group,
Right.
not a micromanager of the town.
Exactly.
administrator. And, when I was on it initially 15 years ago, I've said this before, I came over once a month and helped Davey reconcile the checkbook.
Yeah.
That's what I did. But government services to me means services the government provides to the citizens of the town.
Right. Well, they're also instrumental in getting this whole LGIP and Caldwell Fund going. You know, they started with that. They advise on that, and so they don't make decisions, but then they go, it goes to the next level. A lot of these funds won't happen unless the government service weighed in on it.
We've also had members of the government services committee come here and tell the town council how we need to operate with the LGI.
Well, that's, these are good numbers, right?
The way it was told us was more an oversight fashion than it was an advisory fashion.
Well, that's, I can see, I know you're talking about, that's a former town, probably a former town. minister.
Former town or not, I mean,
Yeah.
still, I mean, there
Right.
are all rules that lately, and this is, I'm speaking from the, and to me, it seems like that the government services committee has operated with the oversight.
Right, it is oversight, it's recommendations, yeah, that's what they do. What
So,
it's like to be.
tell me the last recommendation the DFC made, and tell me all the recommendations government services committee has made in the last 6 months.
Well, this, about the street, the snow removal of the street, they came up with the idea of Caldwell Fund. They, they got right here.
What it sounds like to me, if you're looking at, is that if we're gonna keep government services committee,
They look at financial too.
we should make sure it has clear definitions. of what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it might be to be pared down, right. Definitely, they need to take out, the public safety, because Eddie was on that for years about that, so they can take that away, definitely, and, some of the other things, yeah, I think it needs, all of them probably need to be redefined. But yeah, I agree, we could look at that, government says to look at that. We could redefine our mission, I think they'll like to do that. And it'd be good to have another town councilor on there too, or a town councilor.
If the government services to the mayor, I do believe that the mayor, the vice mayor, maybe some of the other council members, we need to sit down and restructure the responsibility of the government services committee.
Yeah, that's
So that would be like, we'll sit here and we'll go through a list and say, this is what the government service committee is responsible for, and only that, not everything else.
Oh, yeah, I agree, they've got more than they can chew, but I agree.
Are you okay with the restructuring?
Oh, definitely, like, I like to go back on responsibilities, and I'd like to get another town council out there to put that too. I mean, it does a lot of the work that, the town council doesn't want to do, back in the
Like
day.
what? What
Well-
was it the town council?
Well, they did, I mean, back in the day, they didn't, they weren't they didn't do much for, maintenance. Now we've got facilities, so they were doing that.
Right, and I'm talking about like today, or like current.
I don't know, I'd have to look and see what they're doing today, but,
How many
I
members
think
on the committee? How many
there's
members of government services?
four. So are you proposing that eliminate? If you make one, that's fine, make premium.
Well, no, what we're trying to do is we're talking about committees that are making a difference, committees that are.
Well, to me, it's
that.
been really beneficial for the
I
town.
made a recommendation to get rid of the committee, a lot of y'all were against it. We got rid of it, I replaced it with the better idea. Got rid of the emergency preparedness committee, and turned around and we started doing the service groups, and we have been making strides and making. I took what I felt was the committee was not getting anything accomplished, did away with it, started up a new one, and worked with chief and fire and town administrator. We have actually made a significant improvement. I mean, okay, my recommendation, I don't think that the government services right now has done it. It's done like,
Oh, you don't know what you're going over. I mean, some of your ideas are good to pare it down, but I would encourage you to come to a meeting and talk to the people at the meeting, and they can tell you what they've done over the years. I haven't been at it that long, but I know it's been a very valuable committee over the years. So I don't think they have the knowledge of what they've done over the years.
I think we've talked about this a lot, and I think we've skirted around the issue of the Government Services Committee. I really think that Walter is right when he says, maybe we should close the Government Services Committee and then come up with a brand new committee that maybe can show what they will report on or advise on a basis that's like every month.
Right.
Can we do like, I'm sorry to interrupt you, this is just kind of here right now, can we do like a special projects committee? Kind of people are willing to help out on specific things that need to be researched, you need to look into.
I mean,
They're
we
not
might
state
find,
by,
wish we had it.
we only need them.
I think it would be good to close the old and then come up with the new. And see where that leaves us. Unless you feel like government services is enough stuff to.
Well, I don't think that's. I just feel fair.
I hear you.
I can bring it up to the committee, see what they think about it, too. See if they want to redefine their mission.
Yeah, come back, with the mission statement. Smart, no session, let's do
Yeah.
it. What we're doing.
I just want to
Thank
go on
you.
record, thanking everybody on the Government Service Committee for what they've done. It's just that I feel like, that, you know, I appreciate the time and effort y'all put into it. I feel like it's time to move on. That's just my.
Well, I think we're coming up with some good new ideas.
Yeah.
So that's
We
great.
just need to move forward. I feel like that for a while, the county council just, we're taking 2 steps forward and 5 steps backwards. And I would like to take 4 steps forward and no steps backwards.
Do we want to make a motion tonight or do we want to wait until after? You'll come back.
I'm just going to stop on public side, you know.
Come back with a new mission
But I do
statement.
think that it's good to have a fresh look at things about the government.
Gotcha. Let's do
From the
that.
outside that we're not going to be looking at.
Okay,
We can,
thanks.
kind of like a check and balance.
Okay.
One more.
Okay.
You know, I think, again, if we close it, you want, because we've run out of money. But, the committee I feel most proud of and most involved with and most beneficial to the town. Over the last couple of years, and I got that specifically because of this, is the Parks and Rec Committee. And, of course, we're doing a little bit now, by the Stairs Square, I guess we don't have to do that now, the facilities will take over that, and they started on that. But the Parks Committee, I think, is a committee that's very valuable, and we've done maps, we've done rules, we've done signs, we've done trail signs. And there's several other things we can do, but, I think we don't meet regularly because every time we meet, we, say, well, we had some money, we can do this, but I would like to keep that going, and I will continue to be on that. Well, and I would welcome somebody else, I already asked Dan, and, he started some of that park stuff, but then it dropped. And I think we took it to another level, and there's some dedicated people, so anyway.
I think another level also could be, economic development. I've been doing some work on that with, some townspeople that have actually contacted me. It's not, like.
I used to have that.
Yes, yeah.
Pardon?
I used to have that.
Yeah, and I think we have to come up with fundraising ideas and what kind of revenues we can generate.
The putting trail markers in, hearing trails,
Yeah.
heading park, that's government services.
Well,
That is government service.
Okay.
no, not really.
It's not state
It's not fair, just,
It is, right. Everything we go through.
Okay, we'll come up with a new mission statement.
The parks, I think, is very specific. One of the things the park probably needs to do is, we talked about it, is really, going through the master plan and coming up with some new, proposals and goals for the next 5 years. We did the master plan, and it was wonderful. Susan Cable did it years ago and came up with guidelines and, maps and just a great document. But it probably needs to be updated. Because one of the goals was to put bathrooms in, we're not gonna do that. But we do have the roads and we do the dock and things like that. But there's still lots to be done there, and it's come a long ways. And Javier helped a lot with that too, back in the day, with the picnic tables in the meadow So anyway, I'd like to keep that going unless there's an objection to that.
Great. That'd be fine.
Do you vote on ARB and planning commission and body? You got to be an official vote on that one.
You are appointed, and we're just changing the terminology, you are an appointee. We're complying with state law, there, you're not a it's all.
You need to appoint Roger.
Yeah, I would think you would.
Yeah.
If there's a new change of lead, I think I would think.
Mayor, I'm already appointed. All right, let's move on this conflict of interest.
All right, so I sent you all an email, last week, I became aware of mandatory FOIA and conflict of interest ethics training. Included in the email 2 different links. I did the one training, well, I did actually both of them, but it doesn't take very long to do it. It's free. You just click on the link that I provided in email, and then let me know, take a screenshot after you take it. And we'll keep track that, that you completed the training. This is a requirement every 2 years, that you have to take that training.
You also have to take it, once you get elected within a certain time
Yeah,
period.
and again,
So for example, myself and Walter took it last probably February, so
Okay.
about a year ago.
okay, and I know Mom has already taken hers too. So, yeah, so if you could provide me, or, you know, we'll get that in case I agree with it.
I think, yes, it was sent the last time, Administrator, it's in my outbox, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And then, we sort of touched on this earlier, about when you abstain from voting. And I talked to, Mr. Bowling, and he answered me back. I basically asked him,
Yeah.
I was talking about the meeting minutes. And, Councilor Heisen abstained from the vote, so I was asking, Mr. Bowling, what was the proper way to,
Report that.
Sure.
And so he wrote back an email, and he said the proper way is for me to ask Councilor Heisen at an appropriate follow-up meeting if his abstention was because of an actual or potential of perceived conflict of interest issue. And it says Councilor Heisen can then answer on the record, no, and no further, elaboration is needed if that's what he wants to say. And then I also asked Mr. Bowling, how should we handle this going forward? And he said the general rule in Virginia is that in the absence of a specific charge in the charter or rules of procedure, there is no obligation of the town council member to tell why he or she is abstaining on a vote unless the matter involves the conflict of interest. That's the only circumstance. As long as we're all aware. So that's what I had about that.
Questions?
Yes, Sarah.
All right. I don't have anything new to add, to the report from the work session other than that scan pretty clear the town cleanup. I think we had 23 people.
It was a good turnout.
Turnout, they did a lot of trash picked up.
Mr. Mayor, I think, did we skip the ordinance rules of procedure update?
I guess we did.
Yes, so we discussed this several times, but we just need to formally.
All right. Yeah, brief summary.
All right, Ms. Elizabeth? So we included, the newest version with the strikeouts. As Mr. Heisman requested. Here. But made no other changes, this same version has been, given to you guys, I think at least 2 times.
Yeah, December 3rd was the original draft. And then, you all had some proposed additions and, Councilor Heisen wanted to see what was added. So I included that to see where the additions were made and what was, and I think one of the counselors had said on, number 3, speakers from outside the town, they wanted that completely stricken, so I completely, removed that from the rules of procedure. And it's also renumbering. On the very back is what, if you want a summary of changes, it shows what, was enhanced, clarified, added a new section entirely, and then renumbered. Where are we right now?
Rules and procedure,
Anything.
So it was on page 4,
should be directly after your FOIA memorandum,
Yeah, on it.
so directly after that.
If I could find it, I was gonna do it after that.
The rule of procedure with proposed changes. You got it?
Yeah, I'm with you, I'm sorry, I should have said that out loud.
We're going in order, the packet.
Do you guys need to vote on this?
Yes, please.
And what was the motion before?
I have a question. What was the motion, you think? Couple of that. Have I missed like a financial accounting of things? Are you guys still in a weekly pattern with the accounting firm?
okay, are you asking that in regards to this, or we going on to something else?
Oh,
No, I'm asking this question, it doesn't have to pertain to anything. I just wanted to know whether, we were gonna have financial reports to look at.
Not today, yeah, then we get to that as soon as we finish this one.
Oh, yes, sure. Sorry, I didn't
That's okay.
know that was.
but the financial reports were given during the work session so for this month.
Yeah,
right?
I'm
So,
sorry.
we didn't re-include the same statement,
Okay.
but I think, is that, so you want us to?
No, I know that, Counselor Heisen had asked about like a, budget versus actual kind of accounting. We used to get that, or I wasn't here when they got that on a monthly basis. I just didn't know whether we were still waiting for the accounting firm.
No, I've been providing that actually, but I've also said that it's not 100% because of outstanding,
Yeah,
entries.
well, I wish I could help you with that. I don't know how, yeah, I could go through your desk and get some paperwork, but, yeah, I'm glad to help it. I haven't been there for a couple of days.
What part?
I think the way to put it is, we passed the budget last year with, inaccurate numbers.
Right.
Right.
So we are still in the process of trying to get that correct. And once we get that correct, I'm sure the financial statement will be provided to.
I think so.
So we got another motion that we need on this,
Adopting the rule of procedure as presented.
motion to adopt,
So moved.
second.
Anybody want a second?
The rules and procedure, Robert Kramer, all right.
Any discussion, further discussion? Call for the roll.
Yes, sir. Alex Bissett,
Yes.
Molly Ingvine,
Yes.
Bill Tyson,
We'll do them very much, so I don't know if I should vote, but I guess, I'll trust everybody knows what we're talking about.
okay,
Yes.
yes. Walter Townsend?
Yeah.
Roger Whitfield,
Yes.
okay? Thank you. It's just a couple changes. All right. Now, it's, the mayor was giving his.
Yeah, all right.
statement. So,
It's not administrator, everything.
I do not have anything new to add. So since last meeting.
Anyone else have anything so forth, so they'd like to ask?
To
Whatever you said, work session.
I have emotions to give.
All right.
I'm sorry, what were we discussing,
Committees right now, pending reports.
yeah, the minutes committee, guess I'm still on it, but if you need to continue that. I forgot,
But you're not actually.
no, it's not really a 4 days, it's a 4 days, it's a liaison.
Somebody for it.
I'm happy to continue, just
Really
really,
not interested in that, making that committee, or just keep that.
you know, the hard part is the committee would be,
Yeah, I know.
and yeah, I got the.
So you just be a coordinator, that's, I think
If
it's.
somebody has an issue, I'm happy to, okay,
You're the official point.
if we need,
No,
get needed on paper, I'm happy.
no, I think it's good the way it is.
I forgot.
No, that's good.
Back to what I was saying earlier, that's why I feel like there's some of these committees, they can, correct or be restructured, you know, like, for example, maybe the event committee could be combined with another committee or something.
Or just like
Yeah.
a coordinator.
We're just like in parking lot.
Yeah.
Or that's great, you don't have any other commissions, right? Yeah. Okay, you can have it if you want.
All right, next.
Anybody else have anything on, they want to talk to Justin?
Well, no, I do think with, I think we need to have a official, meeting about these, these, profit and loss statement. You know, that's one of the things government services go through it, and they've got all kinds of questions about why are some things negative, why are things.
What we need you to do is to come up with a listing of what questions you have and present it to us.
Well, we got some of them, there's a bunch, I think everybody should go through this and look at it, but we presented a bunch, so it was, with a bunch of, I could resend those.
You and I did a couple years ago, a designated budget meeting where we sat down.
Yeah.
So we
Let's do that.
sat down and line by line looked at the budget.
Let's do that,
Let's do that, not on regular meeting, as well as special meeting.
I agree,
We're getting into budget season, let's sit down and really
I agree. You go
crunch
from
the
line by
numbers
line.
and not have any fun, but
I
I
agree,
think
but
achieved in one meeting.
I agree that, but before when we did that, we actually had real information.
Mhm.
We don't have information, but I looked, go through this thing, I mean, $226 of uncategorized income, what's that mean? You don't know where that come from.
Just means that the flow from the old system to the new system has
So
some
who
things that
understands
need to be, yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
and so you could find out exactly. In there. That's good.
I mean, I
So
think
you know.
it's some- Yeah.
Oh, good, okay,
It's gonna take some investigation, but for the most part, everything should be very easy to see.
So.
You don't have to worry about that part of it, it's just what's holding back real.
I just go back, I think it'd be good to know exactly what we have and what we spend on, so we could.
I'd like to know that too, but I think we have.
I would want to know that too.
Yeah, but there's some things I like, I think the town can spend money on.
Do you think we could have a meeting in maybe, say, May? Gives us a couple months after that to get everything straightened out, have a designated budget meeting in May. Where we sit down and look at everything and make the decisions on stuff, if you want to change the spending. We'll be prepared for that July approval.
Get started on the budget, but.
Yeah,
We can do it earlier, too.
Some timeline stuff.
You can do it earlier too.
there is a lot of waste of time. I think, Bill, we're picking on you tonight, the thing is that the emails are so long and out of control and coming in and it's just a lot during the week when we're not, I mean, I work
Yeah,
and.
so cut back on the emails, is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, I think so.
Well, there's a lot of questions, that's the thing,
I
there's
know.
not answering questions in it,
Well, I think it might be worth paring it down and maybe getting a list of questions.
Okay.
Maybe you can follow up on
Yeah.
that another time.
sure.
We'll have the budget meeting discussion, you know, do you guys want to settle on a time that you think that works?
I would do it next month, get going, I'm just.
Do it, since work session's on the 13th and the council meeting's on the 27th.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, sorry, what day?
Let's do Monday, April 20th. Budget.
Monday, April 20th.
Mr. Mayor, I have a question for you. So for, if down the road, we decide that we need to add on to another thing, are we able to do that? That's the thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be.
No, you do it, you do it,
So.
just like we did with, just like we did with.
It's just like, I just wanted to make sure the public's not annual, the public's saying, give it up.
Safety, we did that. Oh,
Okay.
You got an idea, you want to make a video out of it, just say the word. Okay, are we ready for this closed session?
Actually, I researched whether we can have two topics, in a closed session, and we are allowed to go to a single closed session to address more than one subject, as long as those subjects fit within valid closed meeting exemptions, and the motion in open session clearly states each subject, purpose, and code citation. The motion cannot be a very catch-all and must specify both items with enough detail to fairly inform the public. So what the motion was, the closed session, as someone pointed out earlier, there were two
Different line items.
yes, discussion, consideration, and interviews of prospective candidate or candidates for employment as town clerk. And the second one was discussion and consideration of the performance and conduct of a specific public officer, namely a member of town council. So we could do it, but I'm guessing from the previous conversation that at least two of you all don't support.
All I know, Mr. Bowling is always saying you can't talk about something that's not, that you're going into closed session.
Well,
Split them up.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I was under the impression closed section business can only be discussed in a closed section, so therefore, in a regular, meeting, we cannot bring up any ideas or any.
I don't want to eliminate the second part of this closed session discussion and see how things are running next month, and we can do it next.
I know you can afford, but all this support, talk about it, but I'm not gonna have a closed session to take any of the tasks.
All right, so,
okay, so, and then before we do that,
Do that also.
before we go into a session, I think Elizabeth just wanted to address some of the town clerk,
Keep it.
right, so before we go into closed session to talk about the town, clerk or the person that we have that has applied, do you all want to talk about the position itself? Because that's what, Ms. Angelon just alluded to, is all the emails back and forth about the town clerk and the process and things like that. That is not closed session.
You talk about the advertisement.
Yes.
All that.
No,
And
Yeah, sure.
I have many concerns about it, but I'll let you guys have, you guys can take care of it. I put my 2 cents on that, but I know that it was done right, so.
I don't agree with that.
I know, kind of,
If we discuss it on the council, then we pretty much a question from one of the, pretty much a general consensus that everybody on council agreed that the position should be full
I
time.
don't want to tell consensus, I don't think it was just.
No.
It's not.
I'm not sure, where it is, but let me tell you a little bit about the recruitment and advertising, the timeline. So January 5th, the town clerk resigned. January 12th, during a work session, council directed me to advertise.
Okay, stop there. We can't direct you in a work session. You can't be directed, we have to have a
You
vote.
don't need official action until.
Yes, you do.
That.
So,
Yes, yes,
I don't think so. I think-
yeah, we would need direction.
You need a
to tell the town administrator to hire somebody?
Yeah, because first, you gotta,
Say that.
a job description, you gotta have how much you're gonna be paying, what's going on.
And all that.
This is a town council decision.
Exactly right.
We have a job description already, it was not used, it was changed twice,
Okay.
so that's not.
Change to
Well,
reflect.
that's not appropriate. I'm a town administrator.
I know that, I know, I like, I know.
So I cannot, I don't have any option at all.
And I know you would like to control it, things, but I think it needs to be.
This discussion is working.
Thank you.
Oh, silly. Oh, no, you can't leave.
I've already weighed in, and I think it's best to get weighed in on your own stuff. And, I don't know how to get into this. Maybe around.
So I was.
I want to know what's right. It's just.
So, Council Hyde, I just want to look at it. You leave.
Yeah, how about that?
Hold on, you leave, whatever we got. What happens to say the next month or whatever, you can sit there and come up to, well, I don't know anything about it.
That's why I.
About leaving you wondering.
No, I mean, I just feel like. This is part. And I just, I already weighed in, so let people weigh in on other things.
One.
No, it's just not. Even though I say, I don't want to get an argument. I just think things should be done right there. And
I'll make this motion now.
this was.
All right, I don't tell council to be in closed session pursuant to Virginia Code 2.2-3711, reference to A1, discussion considering that new prospective candidates or candidates for employment as now part of two. Discussion consideration of performance, nothing to, sorry. That's it, employment of town clerk. Yeah, so we take a recorded vote on the going to closed session.
Yes, sir.
Hi.
So go to closed session. Yes. I was the second.
Yes.
So, Walter Townsend.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to make note of Bill Heisen left.
And Roger Whitley.
Yes.
It's
Contrary to what you, which is, we did not direct, the town administrator to hire any advertised open position, and that's part of her job. So, as she was pointing out,
All right, I move that the Scottsville Town Council certify that to the best of each member's knowledge, one, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act were discussed in the closed session just concluded. And two, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed session was convened, heard, discussed, or considered.
All right, is there a second?
I second that.
All in favor?
I,
Then you can call the roll,
Okay,
but it's right.
seconded,
I just.
okay.
So now we're back in open session. So now we need a motion to hire a candidate for the position of council.
I move that, I make the motion that we hire Ms. Wade to be a convicted town clerk.
second that.
Everyone seconded. Yeah, but I think, okay, I'm writing down Molly,
Okay, so this one would be a roll call.
okay? Molly Edenmeyer,
Yes.
Alex Bassett,
Yes.
Walter Townsend, Roger Whitley.
Yes.
Well, welcome aboard.
Well.
You're international.
Official to,
Yes.
okay, so you like all that?
Let's speak before we.
Anybody else have anything on their mind?
Yes.
That's what.
Quickly. Now that you're on board,
Yes, sir.
if you guys do have any grievances you want to address, whether it be with council, with employees, or the public, feel free to come to us and we will
Yeah,
meet and talk about that. I don't want the removal of the second part of this to be perceived as we don't want to hear
Right.
or address things. So if you want to pursue this, the second part that we took off, absolutely, let's pursue it. And I want you to feel the town council is ignoring the grievance that you have.
I wanna, since we're having about George yet, I want a motion. Alex has been president of the council, which is also the vice mayor since the first of the year. And I would like to keep him on for the entire remainder of this calendar year.
Yes,
Oh, due to the annual meeting,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, so if somebody would like to make a motion that he retain his position as vice mayor or president of the council until the end of the year.
Make it so.
I will, I make the most, only if council said what to do. But I make the most and keep them on.
Okay, Walter Townsend and. Molly, fine, okay. Now,
And he's got the most experience of anybody up here right now. I've been doing this since 2010, but he's been almost, not quite as long, but almost. As far as this other thing goes, it's all part of this closed session that we did not do tonight. We have already agreed to meet and talk about how we can address these issues. And
Yes.
so we will be working on that, he and I.
okay,
Good.
yes, sir.
So I know it gets frustrating after a while. You want to just slap somebody, you can't do it.
Oh, really? No. I would like to see that. No. All right.
I'm not in the house talking for the adult and children.
I mean, it was a Hollywood house last year.
Yeah.
And then here, I'm motion to adjourn.
So now we need a motion to go home.
So moved.
In a second. All right, all in favor? Thank you all. Dude. Look at that, 8:47. Not bad.